Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Cookiecast. It's been a turbulent time trying to bring you this podcast. There's been lots of ups and downs and lots of lost data. Thanks to Edward Dench for helping out with the data recovery, and a special shout out to James Panas for re-recording the episode, which then kind of wasn't needed, but I think we'll probably still upload both. But anyway, this is Cookiecast presents You Can't See the Forest for the Teas. Live watching the Spurs Ajax game and talking about the week in football and even managing a quiz. So lots of blood, sweat and tears went into this one. So hope you enjoy it. Check this out. This is Cookiecast. You Can't See the Forest for the Teas.
Right.
So basically, James, I flipped her over. Funnily enough, she started first. Welcome, one and all, to not quite the last.
The last one that's... Well, no, we'll
The
be doing a
last one,
playoff
the last one relevant to us.
Yeah.
Of...
You Can't See the Forest for the Teas.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lacking
Lacking what?
I get
gusto.
I feel that this will be a different podcast to the usual. Mainly because, one, no predictions as such to do for next week.
I'm sure we might do some predictions on playoffs, though, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. And two, the fact that just the fact that Borough and Forest are done for the season is a bit... I just don't care that much anymore.
Forest have been done for a few weeks now, let's be honest.
Yeah, you say that, but then, the Borough go into town and they put in a little 3-zip. Bastards. Wankers. Annoying.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. Another season. Done and dusted. This is the part of the year that I just hate. Especially on odd numbered years.
Oh, you mean because there's nothing to look forward to?
Because there's no European Championships or World Cup to look forward to.
Well, it's good.
There's two games.
The Nations Cup?
The Nations League.
Nations League, is it?
Two
Are we not
games.
in the cup part of that now?
No. Well, it's the finals, I suppose. Yeah. But this is the thing I don't understand. Like, so I don't know if it's a case of... So there's the 4 teams that are left in it. So have we got...
Holland, England.
Do Netherlands?
Yeah.
And then it's Portugal and Switzerland in the other semi-final, if you will.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
So is it a case of the winners play each other to obviously win the Nations League?
Yeah.
Do the runners-up play against each other as well? For like ranking points or something?
No idea. I don't really know how it all works because you get like a backdoor entry from winning this.
Well...
But only if we don't qualify through.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? So
right?
the teams that won their respective leagues
You get a playoff match.
automatically get a playoff berth for the 2020 European Championships.
Yeah.
So that's where it's worked in Scotland's favour because they won their group. So they've got... Oh, they're in. Oh, what a save!
Should you just point out... Well,
Sorry, I was going to say, as you're joining us, yeah, I don't know if you could tell from the video angles before, but could they tell that our phones were down in this section?
No.
Not really. I think there's a video. I think there's one week that you're putting them.
Ah, yeah.
Weirdly, I think it's on a BS cast though, not on a football cast.
And then there was 1 week where Paul's phone just constantly kept
fell on the
falling
floor. So it was like, for fuck's sake. But yeah, you join us during the second half of the Spurs Ajax Champions League semi-final, and that is one hell of a save by Onana.
Yeah.
To keep it at 2-0 Ajax. Yeah. season done and dusted from a championship personal perspective. No more games. I was hoping there would be 3 more for the Borough, but alas, not to be.
I think we were all hoping that.
Yeah.
It was a win-win for me, to be fair.
Go on.
Because this whole podcast would be a bit weird if we weren't in the same league.
Yeah,
Right?
it makes sense. Plus, we've got 2 more games to go to next season,
Yeah.
so that's a little bonus.
Sitting each other's away ends.
Well, what we need to do is we need to we need to square things off with podcast alum Stuart Woodmansey and factor in the Hull games as well. So we'll go to the Hull Borough, Hull Forest, etc., etc. Oh, they've got to score here, surely. Got to score. And does.
Yes.
Game on. Lucas Moura. 2-1 Ajax.
Just 2 more away goals needed.
2 more. Oh, there we go.
Well, 2 more goals.
Yeah.
Which will be away.
I know that we normally save the quiz for later in the in the show.
He does not give one flying foot. Oh. Megs.
Continue.
But I've been contacted by an avid listener.
No, really?
Yeah, and they've
Stroke
said that they can only watch the start of the podcast to get the quiz moved up.
Stroke
No.
participant?
But, interestingly, they have sent a little factoid.
Who is this? But is it Ian?
Do you know what? It's just going to be they got something wrong. Or specifically, James got something wrong. He's talking shit.
No, this is. I'll read what was.
Is
there.
it
from Stuart Woodmansey?
Is it Helga the Russian?
No. From the look on his face, it's from podcast alumnus.
Hello, sir. How's things? If you're recording with the football guys later, I have a stat you can drop unless they beat you to it.
Ooh, right, okay.
So, gentlemen, can you name the oldest team in the Football League?
Ooh.
Now.
Is this because Notts County have been not in the Football League?
Well,
It is.
so it's the second longest running Football League club after Notts County. Okay. Well, it's not Hull, because I think they were founded in 1904, as I believe it's on the badge. For a while, when they were in the Premier League, Reading were the oldest Premier League club, because I think they were founded in like 1871.
We're 1865, but I know it's not us. Bolton are pretty old.
I would hazard a guess at Sheffield Wednesday.
Do you know, out of the 2, I'd have gone United. I'm going to have a punt on Bolton.
So,
Drop the stat, Andy.
I have a stat you can drop unless they beat you to it. Forest are now the oldest team in the Football League after Notts County were relegated this weekend. Hopefully you can get one over on Stato with it.
Cheeky bastard.
Do you know what? I didn't think.
Yeah, all right then, Stu.
Now,
if you fancy yourself against the big boys, why
before
don't
you
you get yourself across to York tomorrow night? Although
I mean, I know this is my club, but I wasn't. I don't think Forest was even a founding club
of the Football League.
Yeah.
Before you start throwing the.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh! Outrageous! Right.
What was that different to doing?
Just wait. When it shows the replay, just watch how good a save it is from you.
I only saw it from when you first jumped up there.
Pochettino fucking loving it! Tell you something, this game's turned right on its head.
Is this going to be just like how they went through in the last round?
Could be. Watch this. So, how they don't score from that is unbelievable. That is a hell of a save.
Double save after it's come off him. It's this.
That is outrageous.
I tell you what.
What a save that is, though.
And then that's,
I don't think he did save it.
What's happening here between keeper and
what a save, and then he immediately fucks it up by doing that. But that is a hell of a finish by Lucas Moura.
Do you know what, though? Who were you saying you didn't have really much time for before the start of the game? and who scored?
Son. So, quote before the game started, Son being up front, massive. He offers so much more than Lucas Moura. That'd be the Lucas Moura that just scored twice in this game to put the game finally in the balance.
Why are we checking here?
It's alright.
It's a goal check.
He's the weirdest looking ref I've ever seen. He's got such a cool hard chin.
He's almost like a caricature human.
What, like he's a Simpsons character? Just come to life. Anyway, right, what were we discussing? We were discussing the
fact that Stu knows more about Forest than I do.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because
apparently...
Maybe they were, but they found a member.
I didn't think they were.
He went on to hold his hands up to say the stat actually came from Mr. Moore.
A real Forest fan.
So he did not claim the credit. So I said I would make sure that both of them got credit for throwing a stat.
Well, they are both podcast. So
yeah, we'll start there to kick things off.
No.
Can I just go and check who was your shout?
Shift Wednesday. I'm trying to think of like you said, I'm trying to think of founder members of the Football League. So Villa would have been a good guess, I imagine. Everton. They always come up as an old one. The Arsenal.
Oh, the Arsenal one.
You can't say Arsenal, can you? You have to say
the Arsenal. Well, it's like I think it was when Roy.
And no one says it better than Roy Hodgson.
Roy Hodgson he did an interview once, and it was a case of someone said afterwards. It was like, you know that Roy Hodgson's from the old school because in his interview he actually called him the Arsenal. Yes.
Better than Steve McLaren.
Arsenal. Champions League. They have many good players. It's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Go on, Spurs. Is it possible? Is it possible to say that Llorente has changed the game and then he goes and does that?
No.
Useless arse. Still plenty of time as well. Half an hour to find a goal. Game on. Game on. Can I throw that forward for Moviecast?
Yeah.
Maybe Forest just weren't in the Football League to start with, but were an old enough club because they're not.
I know, but then if you start going out with stuff like that, it'd be Sheffield FC, wouldn't it?
So you found the members of the Football League are Accrington. Obviously, they went out of business and come back.
They're a Phoenix club. They were reformed in 1962.
Villa, Blackburn, Bolton, Burnley, Derby, Everton, Notts County, Preston. That'd have been a good shout. Stoke, West Brom, Wolves.
Wolves are an old one as well. Yeah.
Well, at least I named the founder member. You went for Wednesday.
So, Forest then, what if they're the second oldest club? Were they just pissing about?
I don't know. Maybe Stu will tell us next week.
Well, he's going to be on next week, I believe.
He is.
Is he?
There is musings of a wrestling podcast as it's Money in the Bank a week on Sunday.
Alright.
Anyway, I did get some feedback from some listeners.
Right.
I say listeners because they just sort of listen every now and again just to sort of like wind me up and stuff like that. But they said that it does have the it tends to get a bit rambly.
Yeah.
And it's like, and your point is
what?
So I thought I'd just point that out.
Which one?
This is the aforementioned Steve Brown and his brother Greg.
What gets rambly? The football or the wrestling?
I think just all of them. Oh,
he's making a note. Less rambling.
Right. So, what are we doing then? Prediction, results roundup.
This week in
football. Well,
there's a lot.
This week in football, we only really need to start one place. Oh my God! We only need to start one place. The incredible game at Anfield last night.
Do we not want to go back and do the earlier stuff?
No.
Alright, okay. Right.
Do the fresher stuff first because it's fresh.
Right, okay.
What?
You've just made weird logic up.
What an unbelievable game.
Yeah. So, last time we casted,
Mm-hmm.
we were watching Liverpool-Barca. Probably seemed a bit disinterested because
Hey,
they got spanked a bit.
Barca absolutely stuffed Liverpool.
I think the
believe
highlight
we
game
had
was
to-
probably when we jumped up when Messi scored a free kick.
Well, we had to pause whilst Messi took the free kick, and then he absolutely spanked it in the top corner, and it was an unbelievable free kick.
Because you got a text, didn't you?
Not only did I get a text, and then later on, obviously this was today when someone was listening back to the podcast, was like, he is world class. Bit of an understatement then, Paul, because I'd said it about Messi, and he was like, all right, calm down. Well, he is world class.
Yeah, he's not in the Champions League final though.
He's not in the Champions League final. And he's never scored in the Premier League. Peter Crouch has.
Right, so where did Peter Crouch come from?
Just first English player that came to my head who played and scored in the Premier League.
Wow. I'm sure they'd be happy that you went straight
absolutely.
to Peter Crouch after all the rest.
Well, I'm sure that we get a mention on his podcast all the time.
Possibly.
Oh, hello,
Oh,
hello.
I thought Moore was lining up for the hat trick there. Yeah, so it was unlikely, despite what any Liverpool fan will tell us,
Yeah, I mean,
that
so
Liverpool were going to get anything out of that game last night.
mainly because no one saw Barcelona coming over and not scoring at least once. I think even so much to say as I believe the Barcelona Twitter feed even went with saying, we're up by 3. Liverpool need 3. We're definitely going to score 1.
So Liverpool
So we're
need 5.
pretty much through, aren't we? And it was a case of this tweet has not aged well.
No.
But hell of a game. First half, absolutely perfect from Liverpool standards. Scored really early on in the game, and then just basically game managed the rest of the first half.
Do you know what? Barca started to come back into it towards the end of the first half.
Held Barca to a couple of chances, nothing major. Alisson made a couple of good saves where the Barca probably could have
Messi
scored.
had one early, didn't he? Where he knocked it towards top corner. Yeah.
I think the problem for Barca was they had far too many players who had off nights. Like Coutinho was pretty much non-existent.
I think that's probably
Suarez was just throwing
nights.
himself to the ground. Yeah, he's not been great ever since he signed there, to be fair. But Suarez was his usual
inadvertently the hero of it all because he forced a change that changed the game.
So in the first half, Suarez is running back towards his own area and just happens to kick out at Andy Robertson in stride. And just
Robertson's running behind him though, and he kind of like leaves a foot.
Yeah, when you look back at it,
him.
there's no way it's just a natural position for his foot. Like he's running, and then all of a sudden his feet just completely change path.
It's bizarre though from that interaction that Robertson became so lame though.
Yeah, it's a weird one, but
and he tried, and then they were saying that Klopp was even like, just go down. Because he tried running up and down the pitch.
Yeah.
And the players are kind of aware of it, if you noticed. That when he was trying the overlap, no one wanted to use him.
Well, bear in mind, at the end of the day, you don't really want... You want all 11 players fit when you're playing against Barcelona. You can't carry any passengers when you're playing against Barcelona. So if you've got a guy who's injured, you need to stop the game and get him sorted or get him off or, reshuffle or something like that. Like in that Leeds Sheffield United game, when Pontus Jansson went down injured and they'd made all their subs, they left it way too late until they put him up front because he was a fucking liability. How Sheffield United didn't capitalise on that, I have no idea. But,
and then when they put him in goal at the end.
And then they had to put him in goal at the end because the keeper got sent off. It was absolutely hilarious. But, yeah, as James said, Suarez being a devious little bastard ended up making the change that turned the game in.
So they were forced to take their left back off. Didn't have a left back available. Gomez looked like he was warming up, but I've never seen him play on the left.
Has Alberto Moreno been sold?
No, I think they've just realised that he can't defend
absolutely
for shit.
Well, he is an absolute liability. But is he still there? Is he definitely still there?
I think I've seen him play there this year.
So do I, but I had to really think about that.
What certainly wasn't on the bench. They'd loaded the bench with forwards and stuff, weren't they?
Yeah. Well, they knew they needed to score. So it was a case of if they were going to be making changes, it certainly wasn't going to be defensive reinforcements. It was going to be attacking changes.
So anyway, they brought on Wijnaldum, who I'd have thought was unlucky to not be in that starting lineup. I think he's one of their... When you look at the... if you're putting 3 in midfield, with everyone fit in the squad, I think Wijnaldum should be in one of those 3.
Personally, I don't think that Shaqiri had a very good game last night.
No.
So, I know they don't really play in the same position, but I would have much rather had Wijnaldum starting than Shaqiri.
Well, we were trying to figure out their formation in the first game, because Wijnaldum started, didn't it? It looked like he was one of the front 3 at one point.
Well, it looked like he was playing through the middle.
Yeah, like the tip of the diamond. I got
a text off James that said odds on a Wijnaldum hat trick. So he was almost right. He just got the week wrong.
Yeah.
So he must have been playing as the tip of the diamond, but just in between.
So
Mane and Salah.
He's unlucky to not get a start, but he comes on. And he scored...
What, within 2 minutes of him coming on? Oh, God, that's coming back as a foul. That's coming back as a card.
No, it's a bit longer, because he come on at half... It was during the half-time break, then Robertson never came back out. And he scored both his goals in the 50s, wasn't it? 52, 54?
Oh, maybe then,
something like that. So within 10 minutes of being on, he'd scored 2 goals. Went nuts, because obviously the second one...
The second one was a beautiful header as well.
Brought the game to 3-3.
So it levelled the tie.
Then I got a bit concerned, because I thought they kind of... At that point, I thought they stopped attacking as much. Like, they were like going to hold out for extra time or something at that point. I'm like, you're a long way from the end if you're going to hold out at 3-0.
I'm going to say, trying to play for more than half an hour with restricting Barca to not a lot of shots on target as that is very wishful thinking, let's put it that way. Oh my God.
And then what everyone seems to be talking about is Alexander Arnold's genius.
So, Liverpool win a corner, and the ball boy, fair play to the ball boy, because he was pretty quick in sort of getting the ball back in play, because the ball had bounced off the advertising orders and gone back into play, whereas the ball boy just rolled a fresh ball out to the corner so they could set up the corner, and then the other ball got kicked off. So Alexander Arnold...
I don't think a lot of people had seen Alexander Arnold with the second ball.
Well, bear in mind the camera almost missed it altogether. Yeah. It was just the fact that... So,
but the linesman and ref were happy with that one, though, weren't they?
I think you don't have to... Do you have to whistle for the corner to be taken? I'm trying to think now. Sometimes you do, if the ref's like blowed up to sort something in the box, obviously then he's got to blow again to restart play. But I think usually it's just a case of as soon as the ref signalled for the corner, the ball's in play. So... Alexander Arnold sets the ball, and then...
They're kicking away the other ball.
As they're kicking away the other ball, he sort of like turns to walk away, but obviously seen that Divock Origi's unmarked in the box and no one else is paying attention. So turns quick as a flash and then just plays the ball straight along the ground to him, and he just knocks it in.
I mean, Origi's still got a finish to make.
Yeah, Origi, if you watch it back, Origi doesn't even know the ball's coming to him until it's in motion.
Because they were saying after the game that like they obviously need to be in sync, and like I think it was Rio Ferdinand pointed out, he
doesn't know it's coming to him.
He doesn't know it's coming to him.
No.
And he's just made a strike, fair enough, but he's like, Alexander Arnold's made it for him. He's made the decision for him that that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, just did it first.
They're not on the same wavelength as such. It's just that it's put in there for him, and
yeah, amazing thinking by Alexander Arnold, but I don't think the finish gets enough credit. That skill is so hard. The ball's coming across his body, and he's basically got to try and guide it into the opposite corner. So, as a skill, that's really difficult. That's a really tough skill to master. And the amount of times that they could try that another 50 times, that ball's going over the bar another 48 times.
And this guy barely gets a game because Liverpool's
their front three
are incredible.
Just insane.
2 of them out injured. Salah, Firmino out injured. So he's come in. He scored in the league.
Yeah, he scored the winner. Yeah. At the weekend, there's a lot of talk that it might have been an own goal. I didn't see it. I missed it because I was out at a barbecue. But he was involved in the winner.
And he scored 2 last night
on Saturday. So he's had a hell of a week. And yeah, a ridiculously insane game. And Liverpool in the final.
No, I was nervous for the last 10 minutes.
I was a little bit, but I wasn't so nervous that I'd have been bothered if Liverpool had lost. Let's put it that way.
I really wanted Liverpool to beat Barcelona and go through. You don't. You have more issues.
I'm not bothered about this. Like, oh, you should support the English clubs in Europe. It's like, no,
I prefer to.
Not really. When Newcastle were in the Champions League and stuff like that, I always wanted them to get panned.
That's one club though, for a specific reason, though, isn't it?
If Leeds ever get back in the Championship, if Leeds ever get back in the Champions League, I mean, God forbid that never, ever happens. But I wouldn't want them to win, just because their fans are quite irritating.
Hang on.
A moment of silence, please. Oh, wrong decision.
There'll be more chances.
So
that's that. Obviously, this is lovely poised now. This game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What else? What else is happening in football?
End of the season.
The Vincent Kompany Wonder Strike.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh. Keep talking, I'll find it.
So, Man City and Liverpool have been going toe to toe in the league.
Bill Burr can't understand it.
What?
Bill Burr can't understand
Why
they're not going to play each other?
There is actually a really specific result that can result in
them playing each other.
Them having to play a playoff against each other.
Which has never happened.
It's never happened. So the only way it can happen is if they've got the same goal difference. They've got number one, they've got the same points. Then they've got the same goal difference. Then they've got the same goals scored. At that point, they're going to have a playoff, right? And there's in the last set of fixtures, there's one result or set of results that can occur for that to happen. But it requires Brighton, who've been terrible and somehow have avoided relegation, beating Man City 4-0. And even if that happens, Liverpool and Wolves need to draw for all. Right, so essentially that's very, very unlikely.
So,
but will still be quite interesting. But they keep winning to the point where Liverpool seem to play before City in the weekend.
It seems to have been for the last 6 weeks at least.
Liverpool have gone above them.
Liverpool have always been playing before Man City.
So they keep swapping over places. So Liverpool won with Origi, who we mentioned, I'll look at it in one sec, getting the
93rd, 94th.
Getting a late winner against Newcastle to put them back ahead. And then on Monday, Man City had to play Leicester. And knowing that they've got to play Brighton in the last game, this was Liverpool's chance for Man City to slip up. I thought Leicester had a chance at pulling some off.
Yeah.
So it gets to 70 minutes.
Of the teams that were left to play, Leicester were definitely the toughest opposition.
Yeah. So Leicester have kept them out. It's been 0-0. And then
this happened.
Their captain, defender, apparently scored a worldie. I've not seen it.
Pick that out.
Now,
watch it from this angle. Get out!
That's their centre back. Who I don't understand it. He doesn't do that. Now, I've heard as well. Obviously, it's not on here.
So fucking it.
But apparently, there's footage of Guardiola on the side.
Guardiola saying,
telling him not to shoot and waste the opportunity.
So there's footage of Guardiola saying not to hit it.
Because he's shouting, Vinny, stop! Or
no, that's Aguero.
Oh,
at the end of the game, Aguero goes up and says, Vinny, no! Something like that. It's funny. But, yeah, just... there were... it's one of those games where I normally don't watch the breakdown after the game and stuff like that Sky do, but because of that goal, you just wanted to watch. And so I watched the full hours sort of wrap up and stuff afterwards, and yeah, they were basically sort of talking about it was a case of it's a potentially a once in a lifetime goal,
and also everyone's going to remember is that's Kompany that's probably won them the league with that goal, because assuming that's the goal that they took to break the deficit with Leicester.
Yeah,
I know they could have pushed on more if they were still at 0-0. If that had been 0-0, it would have handed the advantage to Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool got the harder game. Still got to beat Wolves.
Do you know what? That's absolute... I have to just hit the post, Jesus Christ. That's absolutely not a gimme for Liverpool.
No.
So, and it's the sort of game that Liverpool regularly don't win. You know, a tough game against like a team that's sort of middle of the table and stuff like that you would have imagined that Liverpool should really be winning.
Well, Wolves put Liverpool at the
cup. Ref man, no.
Wolves put Liverpool at the cup just before they put the round before they put United out, didn't they? Beat Liverpool in the quarter, in the fifth round.
Yes, they did.
And then Man United in the quarters.
It might have even been third round actually. Now I come to think about it, because like Liverpool have gone out early in the cup competitions, like for the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a tough game because Wolves are a good team. So yeah, could be.
But honestly, it's unlikely that City can't beat Brighton.
You'd be shocked if they're not 1-up after 25 minutes. To be honest with you, because Brighton aren't very good at all. I think
got to draw out of Arsenal. Though,
let's put it this way: Brighton have stayed up this season because there's been 3 teams worse than them in the Premier League. I don't think that's...
Well, I've been saying for a while now...
I don't think that's difficult to say.
I've been saying for a while now, I can't believe Brighton
were going to stay up. You want to be careful there, son. You're on a yellow card.
I can't believe Brighton were going to stay up with 34 points. As it turned out, they've actually managed to get an extra point than I thought they would do. But, yeah, so historically you always say... I know we're getting straight onto relegation now. Historically, you always say the 40-point mark is going to keep you up. In latter seasons, you've managed to stay up with like 30.
Well, there was that weird one, wasn't there? So it was a case of the season that West Ham got relegated like 10 or like 15, 16 years ago or whatever. They went down with 42 points. It was like a Premier League high. Like the most points of teams.
Because everyone aims at 40 to be safe, don't they?
And then it was something like a couple of seasons ago, a team stayed up with like 33 points. It was like, what the fuck?
Oh, so is the Brighton not the record?
I don't know.
I didn't realise someone had
I might have made that up. I thought it was about that.
I know they've been in the 30s. I thought it was higher 30s, but
there was an article on 442's website where it went through like the 10 worst teams that have ever played in the Premier League and stuff like that.
I think we've had it in the quiz a lot of times. It's basically Derby.
Derby are in there. Sunderland are in there twice because they had a 15-point and 19-point season. Which
Huddersfield, obviously.
Huddersfield this season are pretty much up there. Borough from a couple of seasons ago when they got like 28 points and was fucking shit.
I think back in the day, but it would have been when there was more games. The season that Forest got relegated was pretty fucking awful.
Yeah, well, Swindon, the one season they ended in the Premiership, they ended. I don't know if they ended with a minus 100 goal difference or if they conceded 100 goals.
Swindon had
something ridiculous.
Swindon kind of had no business in the Premier League.
They were getting fucking pumped week in, week out, and so like that. But Swindon were really weird because they got promoted to the Premier League. Maybe it wasn't the Premier League. It might have been the last season of the First Division. But then they had to forfeit the position because they got found guilty of like financial irregularities because they were making like fucking back-hander payments.
Would they have been coming up from the? I don't know if this is the first Prem.
No, I think it might have been like 1991, so it would have been like the last season or so of the First Division. Yeah. Like that. And then they ended up getting promoted.
What, like
93?
Something like that.
And they had one season in the Premier League. Got absolutely tonked. And they're now back in League Two. So, yeah, they're very much a team that had no business being in the Premier League. Yeah. A bit like Bournemouth.
Do you remember that season when... I know this is getting away from not the week of football. Remember that season when Colchester very nearly got into the playoffs?
In the Championship?
Championship playoffs.
Didn't they finish like 7th or something? They had an absolute storming season.
It was the first year in the Championship.
Yeah.
They went straight into it, yeah.
Because I remember
did Calderwood not take them to it and then moved to Forest after, actually?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember where
I think Calderwood was the manager.
No, was Colin Calderwood Northampton? Right. Keep talking. I'll do my Googling.
Alright, okay.
Oh!
I was about to say nearly good feet there.
Nah.
For the big lad.
What? Mark Viduka? Oh, ref!
This is difficult trying to talk and watch football. Sorry.
What else has happened this week in the Fußball?
In the football.
End of the Championship season, but nothing really got decided other than stuff that was already sorted.
Yeah, so we left it with... It was unlikely that... So Leeds... Get me teeth in. Norwich and Sheffield United had already been promoted by the time we did the last podcast. Mm-hmm. However, there was the event that if Norwich lost and Sheffield United won, Sheffield United could be the champions rather than the runners-up. As it turned out, they drew and Norwich won. So Northampton, fair enough, yeah.
So I don't know
who was the Colchester manager, because it was Colchester, wasn't it?
Ooh!
Anyway,
I want to say Phil Parkinson.
maybe. So anyway, Norwich were champions.
Almost definitely was.
Sheffield United runners up.
Okay.
That meant going into the last day of the season, West Brom were playing Derby, who was sitting in 6th place, just ahead of Borough, and needed. Yeah, you know you're always right, aren't you?
Sorry about that.
So Derby needed the win to stay in the playoffs, and they got it.
Ooh!
So Borough.
Slight bit of controversy. They were 2-1 up, and Tom Lawrence goes gallivanting into the box, throws himself to the ground, literally not touched by whoever the covering defender for West Brom was, probably Craig Dawson. Throws himself to the ground and gets a penalty. So I was watching it. I was out in town for lunch. I went for a suit fitting. And was just watching it on my phone, and the commentator said, how will Middlesbrough fans be feeling after seeing that? And I was like, fucking pissed off is how they'll be feeling. But as it turned out, they scored the penalty and then West Brom didn't do much else. So as it turned out, it wasn't catastrophic because they'd still won 2-1 anyway. So. Yeah.
So Borough finished 7th.
So Borough, those 6 defeats on the spin really, yeah.
And
stuck the knife into the season.
The interesting part is it could have been, if West Brom had got that win, because Leeds absolutely shit out against Ipswich, been bottom all year, Leeds managed to lose to them on the last day of the season.
So Leeds proper limping into the playoffs.
Yeah. So had West Brom...
Oh my god! Oh my god! How have they not scored?
So had West Brom beat Derby,
yeah,
that would have totally changed the playoffs. Because West Brom would have moved into 3rd place.
What are you doing?
Dropping Leeds to 4th. Leeds would have had to play Villa, which is a repeat of the game we had all the issues with last time.
Yeah.
And Middlesbrough would have moved up into 6th and had to play West Brom.
So yeah,
it could
have been absolutely different. Oh my word!
But yes, that's how it ended. I don't know shit all about the lower leagues.
Notts County, as previously discussed, got relegated from the Football League.
They did.
A whole mess of teams got relegated from League One. I can't remember who it was. Bradford were already down. Scunthorpe went down. Plymouth went down to a last minute goal from Southend, who were playing Sunderland, who could still have got 3rd. Sunderland ended up finishing 5th in the league. So they've got...
Yeah, so Donny in the playoffs because they bettered Peterborough's result. Right? If ever there's a mismatch of playoffs ever, you've got in the 4 playoff spots there, Donny in 6th.
Playing
and then
Charlton?
Above them, there's Charlton, Portsmouth and Sunderland in the playoffs with them. Donny are the rank outsiders there.
Interestingly, it does mean that we could get Charlton Sunderland playoff final again, and if that finishes 4-4 and goes to penalties, I don't think many people would be complaining. But they flashed up a stat on.
It's an incredible. That's an incredibly strong 3 teams and Donny.
So if you think about it, it's 3
It
ex-Premier League teams within the last 10 years, basically. I mean, Charlton's there or thereabouts, but it's 3 big teams for that division, with big support and stuff like that, and Donny.
I mean, Donny's had a little go in the Championship in the last few years, so it's not like they're it's beyond them.
No.
But if you look at the table, they obviously just outpipped Peterborough,
but
were quite a bit clear of, a drift of 5th place.
Yeah, but they showed up a stat that was that one of the playoff legs so obviously Sunderland right up the top. Portsmouth, pretty much as far down as you can get. And obviously the game, I think both legs of the playoff semi-finals, midweek games.
That's a lot of days off work.
So the fans are either going to have to take the days off work or just basically not going to work.
But that's 2 days, isn't it? It's getting to the game and then how to get back. That's 2 days off work.
So
each week.
But yeah, that's the beauty of the playoffs.
So I think that's all I had for this week.
Leyton Orient got promoted back into the Football League.
Yeah. And as it stands at the moment, we've still got a couple of minutes left in this game.
Yeah.
Is a chance of 4 English teams
in all across the two
European
finals.
We could dominate it.
Like I said to you earlier, this was almost like a bit of a can't lose situation with it, because you'd probably quite like to see an all English Champions League final, but the way Ajax have played this season and the teams they've knocked out, they absolutely deserve to be in the final.
No one will begrudge them. And to be fair, it's nice that when there's all English finals, I know there's been penalty shootouts and stuff. I always think it doesn't have something when it's a domestic matchup in a final. Do you know what I mean? I know there's been your Man U Chelsea's and whatever. I just don't really like it when it's 2 teams from the same country in the final. Somehow it's a bit of a letdown. When you've had that, I think Atletico have played Real in the final.
Well, they played each other twice in the space of 3 years, I think.
It's just there's something not right about it.
It doesn't have the same flavour to it. The whole point of European football is that it's teams that normally wouldn't play against each other, and that's the beauty of it. But yeah, I think I can't think of anything off the top of my head else that's really happened this week, other than Joey Barton being a bellend as always. But
why was he done?
No, he's just a prick, isn't he? I know that a couple of weeks ago he assaulted was it Bradford manager, Barnsley manager? No, that's absolutely out.
I think obviously the big Forest news is confirmation that apparently Pele won't be coming back.
No,
after his loan period.
Oh,
pretty sure there is something else that happened in this week in football.
Oh God, what have I missed?
Speaking of Forest.
Oh no. What?
Joe Lolly.
Oh yes. So Joe Lolly's obviously won the Forest Player of the Year award, and to celebrate such award, he tweeted out that he'd like to thank none of his fellow teammates, as this is an individual award, and it's go fuck yourself. It's steadily becoming my favourite non-Borough player.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go back through his, so I went back through his Twitter feed after that. I'm not really into the Twitter, but I did. Out of context, that just looks like he's basically just burning his teammate with a view to leaving. Apparently, that's just what he does.
Yeah, it sounds like he's the character.
Yeah.
The dressing room character, Joe Lolly.
Speaking of Nottingham Forest,
yeah,
what did they do against Bolton?
Well, I think
7-0. Yeah.
No.
6-5-3. Actual
7-5.
Did you go 7? Wow. 1-0.
All right.
As it turns out, Bolton didn't play the kids.
They actually
we kind of figured that out after we'd already gone with those later that night, where it was they've got a loan off the PFA.
It's oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So, who scored the goal?
I think it was your man.
Who do you think scored the goal?
Was it Lolly?
Yeah.
Finishing off his season.
I don't know if I put him down. If I've said there's 5 goals.
If I've said 7, if I've not picked Joe Lolly, I'll be annoyed.
I think we're all getting 2 points for that one, aren't we?
I think so.
2s
across the board.
Everywhere.
Paul has got a slight admission to make as well.
Go on.
Well, he had to check. What did you predict?
You said 3-0.
It's a good job he didn't say 1-0.
I didn't get the bets on.
So
I'm pretty sure.
You know when we said we couldn't find the result because the game was in doubt.
Yeah, this may come back to obviously haunt us because what did you predict for the Rotherham Middlesbrough game?
Well, we'll get to that momentarily.
Because?
Well, it's the next game that we need to discuss.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm asking.
Then do it then.
So what did Middlesbrough versus Rotherham?
What score did you predict?
What was the score?
What score did you predict,
What
Andrew?
was the score?
What score did James predict?
I actually can't remember. I've got a feeling it was probably 1-0.
It was 1-0.
And I remember thinking, I've not picked it because can I? It was Brit, wasn't it?
Might have been.
And I think I was fancying a. Oh no, it was 2-0.
Well.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I went 1-0. Yeah, no. I remember thinking, I think the goals are coming from midfield. And one did, didn't it? Yeah.
Well.
Ain't no one picked one of those goal scorers
Absolutely.
in their lives ever.
No.
Apparently he's not there anymore, is he?
I don't know. I think he's only on us.
Yeah, it's finished.
No way!
Tell me that was Mora.
It was.
Hat trick.
Yeah.
He ain't worth shit, is he, compared to
Oh my word!
Sorry, they basically they probably just Liverpooled.
This is unreal. So that's it as well. So as long as the goal stands, Ajax are done. They
That
need
was
to
like
stop.
the last second.
Yeah, pretty much the last kick of the game, and they've won it. Oh my word! I love this game.
Incidentally,
Football is the greatest game ever. This is
he's done it 2 rounds in a row though now.
This is unbelievable. And if it stands, it doesn't matter if Ajax score again because they need twice. They need to score twice.
Yes.
No, they don't. They just need
they're on away goals. So yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get too excited.
So there is if Ajax score, they're fucked. So just ignore that. But yeah. Oh, it takes a small deflection.
Why would that not stand? What? There's
Oh
nothing to
my word! This is unbelievable.
Oh, he's so excited!
He shot himself!
He's so excited!
He's so excited!
His watch has come off. No, he was undoing it, wasn't he?
Oh my god. This is incredible. So Lucas Moura, the guy that at the start of the game was like, he's not actually that good. He's just got a hat trick to put Spurs in the Champions League final. This is ridiculous.
And it was only about 3 weeks back he got a trick in the league as well.
5 goals in 11 matches. 3 of them in tonight. That is wow.
To be fair,
Incredible.
that stat lets him down a bit because you're basically going to say, yeah, he's only scored 2 in 10.
Look at the forward. This is ridiculous. So this is going all the way back to the keeper who's just going, oh no.
This is amazing.
Pump it. Get rid.
Get it out, son. No.
Oh, Delhi. Got to buy the free kick there, son.
He tried it, didn't he?
Obviously, this is gripping.
This is gripping
for the people watching
already.
and listening because you'll obviously know what happened. But for us folk watching it live, Ajax about to hurl it into the box. I've never seen that before. Get rid. Get rid.
What are you doing?
Oh no, he's played that well actually. To be fair.
No, he hasn't.
Christ, Eric. Now get rid. Oh, put him in. You've got a 4-1-2.
Son.
No, Sissoko. Switch. Get in the corner.
He's not.
Get in the corner.
Get too excited.
Oh, ref.
Is he allowing?
Yeah.
That is incredible.
Unbelievable. Did you see that? There was something on BBC that said Pochettino might have said if Spurs win the Champions League, he might go home. So I don't know if that means he might return to Argentina. But everyone just said there's absolutely no way he's not going to end up managing Real Madrid or Barca at some point in his career. What a 2 nights of football for English clubs. This is unreal. I mean, I feel a little bit sorry for Ajax.
See, at the start of the night, you'd have been like, yeah, Tottenham have got a chance. But the way it
Look
went...
at that woman! She literally cannot believe what's happened.
The way it went, it was really unlikely that this was going to happen.
Yeah. Alright, I'm really happy with myself now because I've been getting texts all through the night and I decided, 5 minutes to go, I'm going to turn off my mobile data so nothing gets spoiled because that's not live. The feed through the app is like 30 seconds delay. Mm-hmm. So I'd have found out about that before Spurs scored. So I'm really happy I turned them off there.
Now it turns out he hasn't left Man United.
Oh, shit.
To be in a Champions League final.
What a shame. Anyway, so where were we? Oh yeah, we were doing the Borough score. So James had predicted
1-0.
1-0.
I predicted.
This is why you're concerned. I know why now.
I predicted 2-0.
He's concerned
Andy,
about
what
what
did
you
you
might
predict?
have predicted.
I went with my favourite.
Which is?
I never know whether his favourite is 2-0 or 2-1.
I went with Old Classic, Old Faithful.
Rotherham 1, Middlesbrough 2.
Really?
Really indeed.
So now he's happy that the Forest score wasn't your prediction because you'd have won and he didn't put it on.
It was like, no!
But that's still 1.
Oh, you still smashed it.
2. Scorers.
What did we say?
Who scored for Rotherham?
Matt Smith.
Doctor Who scored for
Yeah, apparently so.
So
Pochettino's actually crying.
I'm pretty sure I already know that
I don't know if did the Sombalonga score the
Brit
first?
scored.
So, what did we say a couple of weeks ago? Or what did I say?
He'll score
In
every
every
game
game until the end of the season. What was the only game we didn't score in? The one game we were in attendance for.
The one game where people always score against the former clubs.
Fucking shithouse. Absolute fucking shithouse.
So the question is, who got the other?
I can tell you
Right,
now,
you
no
could-
one
you could name-
in the world.
You could name
picked this
every
one.
single player in the team before you picked the guy who scored the goal.
Was it the goalkeeper?
But it is. Am I right? I think is he your number 10?
He is a number 10 for Nigeria.
Oh, he's not your number 10. Oh, no, has he got 2? Well,
He'd been
number
playing
two
number
for you.
2.
Yeah.
Because when he signed halfway through the season, we didn't have a number 2. John Obi Mikel. So the guy who plays defensive midfield
For all of his clubs.
the guy who plays defensive
but
midfield
he's the
for Borough,
playmaker
yeah,
for
he's
his
the playmaker for his country. Just unbelievable.
That's probably because, you know,
How dejected. Right, so imagine how sort of elated Anfield was when that fourth goal went in and then the final whistle. How dejected that stadium will feel now.
So
I don't know if it's still the case.
Was
but
there money won this week then?
No.
there was no money won because there was no bets placed.
And
But I've got money written down here.
you don't. Well, you've maybe just got the Borough game,
But you didn't get the Forest game.
but I didn't end up putting the Forest game on, so I just didn't put the bets on.
Yeah. What I was going to say
Unless
is,
I'll double check just to make sure.
unless you put one on and with a view to putting the other one on later.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice little surprise.
I thought that was what was happening because, like I say, I've got money written down.
Now, don't Ajax
There
have
was
a bit
instructions.
It's loaded.
Don't
was
Ajax have a bit of a
instructions.
firm? No, you've got money coming from the previous.
Hang on.
Yeah,
A couple
but
of
I'm
weeks
sure
ago.
there was- There was instructions
You've
that
put it on, haven't you?
that we had to
No.
remind. We had to remind him to do the.
The Forest game?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't remind him. Did you remind him?
So the problem was
So he didn't do it.
the problem was that I didn't put the bets on because
He
I
was waiting for the Forest game
I
to
was
be
waiting for
available
the Forest game to
put them
become
both on.
available to put them both on. But I gave you the odds at the Borough games. So I gave you the odds of the bet for the Borough game just as like a sort of a
Here's what you could have won.
A little flavour of
Here's what you could have won.
What the start of the odds would be when we were able to get the Forest game in.
Look at him with his ball.
Too fucking right. I wouldn't let that ball out of my sight, even though the chances are that he didn't score.
That's not the ball.
He didn't score all of his goals with that ball.
Yeah.
So, or in fact, any of his games.
Would anybody like to guess who won this week?
I would like to think it was Andrew with his perfect score or something like that.
I mean,
perfect on. No,
can somebody tell me what the Derby West Brom score was?
It wasn't 1-1.
No. And did
3-1
Middlesbrough get through to the...
Oh, I see. It's like that, is it, motherfucker?
It's just a
okay. We can all play that game.
You
son of a bitch.
I just put a cross next to that, yeah.
You motherfucker.
And then I'll put a cross next to that.
By the way, I'm going to cancel my BT, and I'm just going to absolutely bootleg off yours because your BT subscription ain't going anywhere, is it?
No, I never use it. This is
Do the same.
This is the first time.
I already have BT. You can use mine if you want.
This is the first time I've used my BT thing since.
The weird thing
just a quick point. Is Harry Kane there just going, I don't know if I'll be able to play the final. I don't know if I'll be fit.
I think they've maintained their record of. Have they? Oh no, because obviously the first like doesn't do that. But up until like recently, they've won every. They've got 100% win rate with Kane not in the team.
Well, there's loads of fans, isn't there? They went on the radio and stuff. There's loads of fans that have phoned into like Talk Sport and 5 Live and stuff saying, probably not a popular opinion this, but we play better as a team when Kane's not in it.
It's too much about him.
It's a more balanced team when Kane's not in it.
It's too much about him, and he takes a lot of chance. He needs a lot of chances to get those goals.
Yeah, you say that. I mean, you say the same about Assombalonga. And I mean, you're probably right, but that's neither here nor there.
I was reading something. I think it was on BBC today that there's a lot of fans wanting to install Vertonghen as club captain and not Kane.
Interesting.
You came last this week.
If you're not first, you're last.
Which is unusual, because that's usually Paul by a long way. Paul came second, and no surprises.
Is this 3 in a row for you now?
I don't think there are many weeks that I haven't won.
Okay, mate.
Yeah, Captain Big Cock over.
So I won this week, I won last week, I won the week before.
I think we did have some kind of agreement that by the end of this Can't See for the Forest for the Tees run, that Andy would be sufficiently trained to join in the football quiz.
Won the week before, so that's 3 on the bounce. You won.
Michael McIntyre?
Do you know what? I had no idea he was a Forest fan.
Jewish, isn't he?
Is he?
Think he is.
Always looks a bit Chinesey to me.
Wow, he says that about himself, so that's fine.
And do you know why? I just had him pegged as a West Ham fan. I don't know why.
Because all celebrity London-based supporters are always West Ham fans.
Ray Winston, Danny Dyer.
Wow, Pochettino's still crying. What the fuck? It's like, has he had a family bereavement or something?
I'm more taken aback with the fact that is it my colour blindness, or is his shirt exactly the same colour as the rest of his suit?
It looks that way, but do you not remember the other day about this man saying that he owned a purple shirt and a purple tie, and if he could afford it, he would buy a purple suit?
I own 2 purple ties. I think I own 2 purple shirts. Completely different purples as well.
It's strange because
it's alright, lads. Just had a text off Stu. Just saying, have you live podded this, Paul? You'll find out on Friday.
Well, it's not live.
Saturday.
Oh, there we go. That's the last one just gone in again there. I mean, you probably it's entertaining if you're genuine in football. What's happened the last 2 nights?
Seriously, I can't think, especially if especially if Chelsea and Arsenal both go through tomorrow.
We'll be watching that. Watching that one together in the
rest. The rest of Europe will absolutely hate this because no one likes the English. So the rest of Europe are like, oh, for fuck's sake! I don't know where the Europa League final is.
When?
Where?
No. It's because I only ever watched the Europa.
I'll go back to
I never watched the Europa League games with the sound on because we're always in the pub.
That's true.
It's just on in the background of the quizzes we go to on Thursday, so we'll be watching it tomorrow night when you eventually turn up. Oh, this week of football, you've not talked about five-a-sides.
I didn't know that actually. I had seen it before. It's in Baku. You know, the Azerbaijani hotbed of football. Oh, what's that? Tottenham versus Liverpool, the Madrid Champions League final, 19. Saturday first year. God, I hope Spurs win. I really, really hope Spurs. Like, more than anything else, just so that it rubs it into Arsenal that 2 London clubs have won the Champions League and it's not Arsenal as either. Lineker, right? So those.
Go ahead, he's going to.
I was going to say I really want to know what they're saying because, like, so. Side point: Glenn Hoddle had a heart attack like no more than like 2 months ago.
Arguably, Tottenham's most famous player.
Oh, easily.
Do you think?
Well, probably Kane now, but yeah, you could argue that Glenn Hoddle's greatest and best ever player. Or most well-known and best ever player, sorry.
But has recently had, whilst doing the thing, recently had a heart attack. So now they keep throwing him in.
And there's obviously Gary Lineker who played for the club, like way back. Well, not way back when, but in the late 80s, early 90s.
So Glenn Hoddle had a heart attack. It wasn't live when it was like when they were getting ready for a broadcast.
No, but was it after?
Was it after a broadcast?
I think it might have been. I thought it was before a broadcast. I think it was connected with a broadcast. Yeah.
It wasn't like he keeled over live on screen, but it was either getting ready for one or finishing one off or something like that. He's had an heart attack, but now they keep bringing him back to watch these games. And Tottenham have gone through in the last
probably not good
two rounds in that manner. I don't know if you remember me saying at the time, the Man City Tottenham game, possibly the greatest game I've ever watched.
I was here.
In terms of drama.
Was I here? Yes. Yes, I was here. Because I'm pretty sure it was during the wrestling podcast.
Yeah. Because I remember I wasn't, because I got home for, I missed the first 20 minutes, I missed 3 goals or 4 goals.
It was an outrageous game.
But yeah, they were saying at the time, Glenn, are you alright? Because that's been exciting. That's probably even more so. I mean, it's not... The drama's slightly different to the previous one.
Well, the Man City one was weird because Man City scored.
So everyone's like, oh...
And everyone's like, oh my god, Man City are through. They've finally scored. And then it got reviewed by...
And wiped out. So it went from Man City all just going, yeah, and Tottenham going... To exactly the opposite.
So the Ajax players that hit the deck there were absolutely crestfallen because they'd just lost in the last minute. The Spurs players had all done that, and then obviously the VAR kicks in and overturns the goal, and the Spurs players are just
and Pochettino specifically just went nuts that night, wasn't he? And he's not normally like that, is he?
No,
those last 2 games.
He's never been a proper sort of heart on his sleeve manager and showing his emotions and stuff.
No, he's cool, isn't he?
Yeah, a bit like Iceman.
Do you remember when he first came to the Premier League and he couldn't speak any English at all?
Well, it was amazing, wasn't it? Because when
he just had an interpreter with him, but when they have the interpreter and they just, it's weird because then you're well, that voice doesn't match that person. Clearly, it doesn't because he's a different person, but you know what I mean.
Well, it was weird because he first came in when he was he came in as Southampton's manager, and Southampton they weren't particularly in trouble from what I can remember, but they were towards the bottom of the league, and the guy who'd gotten promoted twice in consecutive seasons,
is it Adkins?
Nigel Adkins, was let go, and everyone was absolutely panning Southampton for it. They were saying this is the worst, this is the most outrageous decision that Southampton have ever made. And then 3 seasons later, he's got Southampton playing some of the best football in the Premier League, and he's off to Spurs. And everyone's like, "Oh my god, this manager's incredible." I think they were basing it on the fact that when Southampton had employed him, he'd either just got Espanyol relegated or he'd just finished in the bottom 6.
Was that his first manager
with Espanyol in Spain? And everyone was like, "Why are you employing this guy? He's obviously shit."
Was that his first manager? Because he can't.
I think so. I think he might have played for Espanyol, retired, and just sort of because through their system.
I was going to say because he can't have been retired that long.
No, I don't think so. Because he must only be in his early 40s, mid 40s.
Mid 40s, I'd have thought, yeah. He's been at it a while, hasn't he? Now.
Oh, aye. That's the predictions done.
So I was going to say there are nothing to.
Sorry, not the
I
predictions,
think
the
we should.
results
I
done.
think we should be predicting the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, we won't bother with the league. We won't bother with the League 1 and League 2 playoffs.
No, just the champ
'cause
playoffs.
No one
I think we've
really
got a
cares.
vested
I mean, we could do the League 1 ones because it's going to end up with 18 in the Championship to play.
Yeah, my dad was saying that he might fancy going. I think he was hoping that it would be Sunderland finishing third though, because I think he fancy going up.
Well, I was
to
going to say
Stadium
up to the Stadium Lights.
Yeah.
Right, so I will have a look to see when the
Oh, so you know we've got out on Saturday,
games.
as I said earlier, the aforementioned train.
Mm.
My dad's best friend, massive Derby fan, committed to coming on this with us. Season ticket holder, so definitely would have been going to that game.
Oh God!
But he's got to come up to York to go to this thing.
Well, technically,
But we'll be done in time.
The first playoff starts tomorrow. So the first playoff game is Newport versus Mansfield tomorrow.
I'm not
Then we have Tranmere versus Forest Green on Friday. And then we get to the meaty ones. Sky Bet Championship playoffs. 12:30pm. Aston Villa versus West Bromwich Albion.
So this would have been... It's weird, because both of these semi-finals would have been great finals, I think.
Derby versus Leeds.
I think Derby versus Leeds as the playoff final is like there's rivalries there going back to like the Clough thing. And
I suppose. I mean, if you put it like this, at this point here, everyone's thinking, well, it's Villa Leeds in the playoff final.
And I think based on what happened last week, that's probably what everyone wants to see again.
More than likely. I mean, it's weird though, because like I said before, Leeds are properly limping into the playoff final, the playoffs, because they've lost. One of my mates who I follow on Twitter, I think he put something like 10 points out of the last 8 games. That's appalling form. That's really bad. So
kind of like Borough's March form.
I mean, who's this guy?
Was pretty terrible though, wasn't it?
It's like he's begging me to like slot that microphone in his fucking mouth.
Anyway, yeah.
So yeah, James, have at you. First dibs. Villa West Brom.
Are we going with the return legs as well here?
Oh, absolutely.
We'll be casting next Wednesday.
I'll have a look.
Second of the.
I don't think they're on. Oh no.
I think they're on Tuesday and Wednesday, aren't they, next week? Or both on Wednesday?
No, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday. So presumably we'll be back here on Wednesday.
Well, we might as well do the predictions now.
Yeah, for both.
Yeah. And then we'll watch.
The second.
No, we won't watch it on the TV because the old Sky.
Oh yeah, the bastards, they don't let everyone piggyback Saturday.
But we'll sort it. So yeah. Villa West Brom. What say you, James?
Well, I think ultimately Villa will end up winning the playoffs, but I think this will probably be fairly tough.
In a kind of weird way. In a weird way, don't want any of them to go up. I don't really have any time for any of them clubs.
I think I don't mind Leeds as much as most, so I'll just give a bit of a summary. I don't mind Leeds as much as most people.
Surely you're a bit screwed in that Derby Leeds game because you don't want either of them.
I don't mind Leeds so much.
I mean, no one ever says that.
Derby, I don't have some like kind of hatred for Derby just because I'm a Forest fan. I know a lot of people do.
Wow.
However, I think I look at it as like who can actually not just like scrape survival in the Premier League, but who can
kick on and like make
do
themselves
something.
yeah.
I don't think Derby can. Right?
Okay.
West Brom have had a load of chances and they'll probably go up and survive, but they'll never do now.
If you're looking at it on paper, Villa, they're a Premier League team.
And I like to see them
should really be in the Premier League.
They're a big club, well supported.
Okay.
So, all that being said, I think that might just be a 1-0 to Villa in that one because it's a local derby, isn't it?
Yeah. Like you said though, both games have got needle to them, haven't they?
Yeah.
So,
I think the ultimate winners come from that game.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
So 1-0 to Villa, and I suppose I can't look past Abrams, really. It's the obvious choice.
Andrew.
I'm going to have to go back and watch all this later.
I mean, it's one of them, innit? I mean, Villa are going to win. By how much? I want to break out Old Faithful, but I don't want to overstretch Old Faithful for it to let me down in the future. So
I mean, don't be led by necessarily what I've said, because I think West Brom have got a chance. I don't think it's like cut and dry that it's going to be Villa.
Definitely not.
Right, I'll go with Old Faithful. I have no idea.
I never know whether Old Faithful is 2-1 or 2-1.
Always 2-1.
2-1.
2-1's Old Faithful.
Right, okay.
New Media's 2-0.
Right, okay.
That's an American Gods reference for anybody that's watching American Gods at the moment.
I want to, but I haven't.
You should.
Do you want to give us the score of those goals?
I'd like to, but I've no fucking idea on either team.
I mean, I don't want to jump on. Obviously, you've got some plans there, but I think if you're going 2 goals, just like I did, I think Abrams is the obvious choice if you want one for there. I don't know who else you'd be picking for Villa. Could you?
Oh, what a name. Go in that.
And I think you might disagree and go Murphy, but I think the obvious one's Rodriguez for West Brom if you want the
Murphy?
obvious.
Jacob Murphy?
Yeah.
Is it Jacob Murphy?
Yeah, because Josh's
Cardiff?
Yeah.
And Jacob's Newcastle bottom.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Well, swapped with Rondon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was Gale.
Oh, yeah.
Have you chosen yours then?
Yeah,
You've gone with the ones I suggested.
Yeah, basically.
See, I was going to say 2-1 Villa.
You can still say that.
I've got a sneaky feeling for West Brom. And I don't know why.
Okay.
2-1 West Brom.
Just for
Really?
this game or for the whole time?
For the tie as a whole, I don't know why. I just feel like Villa are flying and Villa were doing really well. And I just think there's because it's local, I just think West Brom are
The
going to do
Norwich
it.
game might have knocked them.
Well, not necessarily that. Just I don't know why. I just fancy West Brom to do it overall and win the whole thing. But put me down for Albert Adoma to score for Villa. I hope he's back at the Borough next season. I'd like to have seen him there this season. God knows we need some fucking wingers. And the faithful partnership themselves, Dwight Gale and Jay Rodriguez to score for West Brom.
Talking of wingers, just while he's writing that down. Has Downing been released?
No.
Ah, I thought I'd read something about it.
He signed an extension to get him through to the end of the season where he could start games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm aware, nothing's been agreed. Unless it's been announced today, I've just totally missed it.
No, I thought I'd read something at the weekend.
He is out of contract at the end of the season.
Yeah.
But what'll happen, I don't know. Next game. 5:30, Derby County versus Leeds United.
Is it 5:15? I thought.
No.
Just I know that's a bit anal, but
5:15.
yeah.
You say that, James, but I invite you to go back and listen to
The NFL.
the NFL podcasts.
Why?
It became a running joke that Paul needed to know what time what time slot the games were, because for the NFL they have 6 o'clock kickoff on a Sunday, loads of games, and then there's 9:30 games, 9:15, then 9:30 games, and then there's for us it's 1:30 in the morning.
Does this depend on which coast you're on? And
Paul
stuff like that?
needed to know what time.
Before we can make a prediction.
Yeah.
Certain teams play better at night, do they, or something? And
by the end of it was so Paul, it's 6 o'clock. it's this stadium, the weather's supposed to be like this. It just went on and on and on. Derby versus Scum.
It's the Derby's the home one first, isn't it? I think Leeds go there and win. I'm going to go 2-0 to Leeds. So 0-2 if you're writing it down there.
Interesting.
Scorers.
Hernandez. Is Bamford available?
No, I think he's suspended for both games. So he'd only
Because
be
of
eligible
what happened in the Villa.
because of Colin the ref in the Villa game.
Yeah.
So I think he'd only actually be eligible for the final.
So did he get a 3-game suspension then? So
I think he just got 2, but it wasn't all
wasn't
done and dusted
sort of
before the
game at the
before the
weekend.
game at the weekend. Oh, excuse me.
So who plays there instead of him then?
Kamar
Is he back?
Roof, he started playing a couple of games towards the end of the season. Yeah?
I go with Roof then.
Roof.
The
With an E.
The roof is on fire.
Paul.
Yes, Andrew.
Derby Leeds.
Derby County 1. Leeds United 0.
Stole it from me. Scorer.
Harry Wilson.
Wilson.
Free kick.
Yeah, we take their penalties as well, so better.
I thought you were going in for the Wagon again then.
No, he can fuck up.
See, I'd want to get the spread by changing my score, but I'm not going to.
1-0.
1-0. I've no idea who plays for Derby.
If I'd have picked a Derby goal,
Tom Lawrence.
I'd have gone Wagon, but he doesn't like
Martin
Wagon.
Wagon. Frank Lampard just to score somehow.
Right. Is there more to predict?
Well, there's the reverse games
So the
on
same
Tuesday
game,
and Wednesday.
or the other way around?
Yeah.
On Tuesday and Wednesday, respectively.
Okay.
And if we're going to cast on Wednesday, then we'll be able to do the results live.
I do like that.
The shared charging.
The element of the Samsung Galaxy S10 that would allow you to charge off someone else's phone.
This is maybe something from another class. I still don't understand how wireless charging works.
It's weird.
Not just phone to phone, but the wireless charging pad.
Well, Tom's got one.
How does it work?
Tom's got one at work, and it seems to work. So.
Oh yeah, no doubt it works. I just don't understand how that happens.
Well,
but they have the same with cars and stuff, don't they? You can have like charging points. There's wireless ones in the road in certain facilities.
yeah, well, there was that thing on there where like they were trying to work on a wireless charging unit you can buy for your home, which just emits the sort of
power.
The power that as soon as you walk through the house, walk through the door, your phone will instantaneously start to charge.
Yeah.
All I'd be thinking there is,
what's it doing to my brain?
yeah,
If it's
all that
connected to my
radiation,
phone,
all that radiation.
if it's out there around, yeah.
Would it be radiation? I suppose it would be. Wouldn't it,
I mean,
electricity.
it's electricity, and you have to think about there's that thing that you're supposed to turn your electrical sockets off because they do emit a certain amount of electricity into the air.
Wow.
Take from that what you will. So, West Brom versus Aston Villa.
I don't know if that's the first game or if that's the second game, actually. Hang on, I'll just have a quick check. You go first, Jimbo.
I went first last time.
Jimbo!
West Brom, Aston Villa.
That is the Tuesday game, to be fair.
I'm going to go 0-0.
And your goal.
So that means you're putting Villa through.
Yeah.
Cricket.
Paul Williams.
I've gone 1-2.
I mean, at this point, when you're guessing the second legs before the first legs have been played, you're just absolutely guessing at this point.
Of course you fucking
I know, but...
stick me down for a 2-2.
So Desmond says that...
I would have said Hal Robson can't do to score for West Brom, but he got himself sent off, so he's got a 3-game ban.
I tell you what, how long was he on for before he got sent
2
off?
seconds and that. Absolute fucking dick. Yeah, I was joking. I would never ever be picking Hal Robson Candy because he is shit.
Yeah, but he once scored that amazing goal for
Yeah,
Wales.
exactly. And everyone's like, oh my god, if Messi had done it, we'd be talking about it for years. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah, because Messi probably does it week in, week
Exactly.
out.
And people say it was the best goal of the European Champions. I think, fuck off. He's on a Cruyff turn, for fuck's sake.
I mean, it was nice.
I know, but that was hilarious.
Cut back to Rio now.
Should do, really. Get mine!
Goal scorers.
Not for Derby, because they're not playing, but for West Brom.
Look at Glenn, like,
oh my god. West Brom. Stay down for the same
They
two.
legit do that on channels, don't they, on Sky and stuff, where you could just watch them in the studio.
Look at him, he's got his microphone and everything. Oh dear.
And Rio's got absolutely no investment in this result.
He's a Cockney, London boy.
Yeah, but clearly West Ham.
No.
It's another London celebrity that supports West Ham.
Excellent, brilliant. As
Glenn looks
Villa
like he's going to
goes-
croak any second.
Oh, don't say that. It's horrible. Stick me down for Conor Hurahan.
Is this for Villa?
Yeah.
You know you didn't give me any goal scorers for West Brom.
I said stick me down for the same two. Gale and Rodriguez again.
Ah.
I missed that as well.
So for Villa,
Yeah.
I've written CO.
Hurahan. Conor Hurahan.
Alright.
Just take the CO off.
Yep.
Hooray!
Put Hourihane. Hurahan.
Put Hurricane.
Don't put hurricane.
Spell it my own way.
Yeah.
And Tammy Abraham.
Do you know, you didn't go with where I thought you were going to go there.
Where did you think I was going to go? Dogs again.
A leaving goal for Alan Hutton.
I would have been tempted to say Millie Yedden. I don't think he's played all season.
I was reading an article about things. His contract's up as well now.
I feel the keeper there, you're going to be absolutely devastated.
I don't know so the keeper's made a couple of saves. That interaction with his defender, where
Don't need to happen,
the
does
defender's kind of taken away from him, then the keeper's brought him down. God, it's comical.
It's just, but what an outrageous finish though.
He's just that defender falling
That
over the
quick,
kick.
that,
And then he's turned inside and out. That was it. 21.
the feet there from Mora though was so good.
Yeah, good one quality player, isn't he?
Well, don't offer you as much as some, but
In fairness,
oh,
you-
dear.
this one for your brother. We wanted. He come round to mine and Gez's shared house to watch. I think it was England Croatia.
Oh
Some
my
kind
god!
of
Is it something
qualifier.
along the line of Walcott's never done anything? Then when
Absolutely, just turned around to James and just was like, Walcott, fucking terrible, overrated, and then he's landed in that. And I'm like, you have to remember about that.
Leeds versus Derby.
Who wants first crack?
You can. I'm just trying to remember what I said.
So
I said
1-0
2-0 to
Derby.
Leeds.
For the home leg, I'll go 2-0 Leeds.
Scorers.
Pablo Hernandez.
Better not say Ruth now, just copy me.
Mm-hmm.
And because he hasn't scored for ages, but he's always played,
Alioski.
Tyler Roberts. I think it's Tyler Roberts. I might have just made that up then. I know his name's Ross. I know his last name's Roberts, but I don't know if it's Tyler.
I also think it would be 2-0.
Okay.
I'd have probably gone Hernandez, but Paul's stolen it.
You can still say him. They're still there!
What is he doing?
He's praising the Tottenham fans. Right.
Let's go with...
just a quick point. Obviously, they're in Amsterdam. How many of those Tottenham fans are going to be absolutely baked off their tits within the next hour? Or are currently that way anyway? No, I was right. It is Tyler Roberts. Not just anyway. Tyler Dwight Roberts. Ooh, an academy graduate of West Bromwich Albion. So
it's just so funny. Goalie scorers.
Goalie scorers.
Just to mix it up, we'll go for Alioski. I remember last time I seen him score.
What's he doing here?
I don't know.
Oh, he's doing the Viking clap.
He's just funny. We'll go for the other wing on the off chance that he gets on the game. We'll go for Clark.
Look at him! Just absolutely incredible.
He looks like he's got that like childlike quality. You know what I mean?
He's got like a weird sort of chubby face, hasn't he? Oh
he's
my
just
God.
like he's got like a childlike, just so happy quality, like innocent almost.
Oh God!
Do you see before the Liverpool game last night? They were interviewing Clements as well, weren't they? Just and like on the basis of like, do you think Tottenham have got a chance to win? He's like, not really sure.
Oh yeah, because it's the Ray Clements derby, really.
Yeah.
In the final. Lucas, be honest. Did you miss it? Did you miss it any of those shots? And why is your hair receding so much?
What have you sneakily gone for on there?
Are we betting on these?
We can.
Can if you want.
I don't think we'd be able to do both legs, so we'd have to do it
We'll
as
have
double.
we'll just have to remind Paul to put.
Let's
them on.
remind him.
So what we'd have to probably do is we'd probably have to do two doubles.
I was going to say there's no way that they're going to let you have any odds for the second game, not knowing the first game.
Breaking news: Spurs reach Champions League final. Oh, no shit, mate! I've just watched it.
Yeah.
All matches by day. Saturday. Right, Aston Villa West Brom. Andrew, give me yours.
2-1 to Villa.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, I like that. Tammy Abraham and Dwight Gale both to score, boosted to 8-1. Yes, please. And your Derby Leeds score?
You didn't have Abraham in the first game though.
1-0 to Derby.
So, Andrew, you have 2-1 Villa at 15-2.
Mm-hmm.
And 1-0 Derby at 7-1, giving you a double of 67-1.
I'm feeling that my 2-0 Leeds away win's probably going to be pretty long.
Correct score, 0-2 Leeds, 10-1.
2-1 Villa home.
You said 2-1 Villa?
Yeah.
Not for the first week.
Did I say 2-0?
1-0.
Oh, did I say just 1-0 to Villa? Alright, 1-0
the
to
first
even
one.
shorter. Yeah.
So, 2-0 lead at 10-1. 1-0 Villa at 6-1 gives James a return of 76-1.
What did he get? 67?
Something like that. And I had 1-2, I believe. Villa West Brom.
Yep.
And then 1-0 Derby.
Yep.
So I have...
It must be weird for Kane thinking, I've not contributed in any way.
Oh dear. So, 2-1 West Brom at 12-1 and 1-0 Derby at 7-1 gives me a double of 103-1.
Do you remember the days of like, oh yeah, how are we going to spend our 570 quid?
To be fair, we've not really got any closer to winning since we reined it in either, have we? So
No. So that's the predictions for those games for next week.
yeah. So I think just another one a week in football. Did you watch the Tottenham game at the weekend?
Levy's there, loving it.
Did you watch the Tottenham game at the weekend?
No, I was out.
When they had like a man sent off either side of half time.
No, I missed that.
Down to 9 men after like 49 minutes or something.
They held out until like the 91st minute, didn't they? Or something even longer than that. Don't give me any money, and I'll just start spending the winnings from the one week you actually won. Oh, he's got a beer.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh no, it's a bottle. Is it a bottle of beer?
No, it's
Or
a
is it
Heineken.
water? They've got beers.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on here?
When in Amsterdam.
Well, apparently so.
When in Amsterdam, don't drink unless. I mean, I imagine there's a
Not on the
free,
streets, confined space, isn't it?
But when
Not
in
a public
Amsterdam,
area,
do
that.
not drink. You will be bankrupt.
Oh,
That's yours.
I imagine Heineken are an official sponsor.
oh, massively. How old is phone? Probably not that old.
I was going to say that's probably a 10.
Hold on, calm down, it's not a competition.
Looks very similar to mine.
Has
as well,
Foyth not got a beer because he's not old enough to drink?
So, keeping in.
Look at Lamella with his shower slippers on. I'm Dyer. And Son. And Ericsson. And all of them. A lot of them have got the shower slippers on. Not shower slippers. What's the one I'm looking for? Flip flops. Sandals.
Sliders.
That's the one. Danny Rose touching his own cock. Nice. Nice.
Oh, I lost in a tie-break last week, didn't I?
Yeah, I was saying to Leon
Fucking
about that.
Rotherham.
Fucking Rotherham.
So, keeping in with recent weeks, James.
Is it the 8th?
Well, it's the week commencing the 6th of May, if that's what you're asking.
You get to pick.
Okay.
Is it telling that the only one in the crowd I can pick out that's drinking is the one who's from Leeds?
No, I've seen 2 bottles.
Yeah, so
Someone else had a
I
bottle.
could have sworn I
earlier.
had as well, but I can't see it now.
Inwit Benchcoat's got a bottle, but I don't know if he's a player.
So, your 3 possible quizzes.
Uh-huh.
Number 1, can you name the record signings for each of the past 20 years in our quiz?
Interesting.
Can you guess the football club from its original name in our quiz?
Interesting.
Or can you guess the career moves these 20 footballers made after retiring?
Ooh.
I like the idea of the first two, but I think the last one's probably where I've got more of a chance. I think the first. I like the idea of the first one. The transfer, please.
Go for it.
So, this is, can you name the record signings for each of the past 20 years in our quiz?
Is this World Football Premier League? Don't know yet.
Right.
Right, okay.
It could be it could be everything, because the first two, it's multiple choice. First two are like Manchester City, but then the next one's Juventus and Barcelona.
Oh my god!
So it seems to be everything. So unfortunately,
lots more people moving for like 70 million who I've never heard of before, between like River Plate and Juventus or whatever.
We've
someone's dad earns a shit ton of money.
We've been all over the place with websites, things like that. But take from this what you will. The one that seems to keep coming through with the best quiz is the Daily Mail. So this is from the dailymail.co.uk. Always play at home and always send us your results if you get a good score.
Yeah.
So, question number 1. The year is 2016, and obviously the question is, who was the highest transfer? So, Paul Pogba, Juventus to Man United. John Stones, Everton to Manchester City. Gonzalo Higuain, Napoli to Juventus. Andre Gomez, Valencia to Barcelona.
Okay.
Question number 2. 2015, and right, so basically we're just going to go down in years, so I'm not going to give you the year each time, other than this one's 2015. Anthony Martial, Monaco to Manchester United. Angel Di Maria, Manchester United to PSG. Kevin De Bruyne, Wolfsburg to Manchester City. And Raheem Sterling, Liverpool to Manchester City.
Just read out the first option, please.
Anthony Martial.
Oh, the second one then. I know it was Di Maria, I just wanted to know the clubs. Was it Man United to PSG, you said?
Yeah.
He was a total bust at United. Mainly because he's a fucking terrible player, but, you know.
Question 3 is 2014. The Shark himself, Luis Suarez, Liverpool to Barcelona. James Rodriguez, Monaco to Real Madrid. Angel Di Maria, Real Madrid to Manchester United. David Luiz, Chelsea to PSG.
What year was that? Just have input in the years.
2014.
Yep.
It will have been.
2013, Neymar, Santos to Barcelona. Edinson Cavani, Napoli to PSG. Napoli.
Still there.
Radamel
Falcao.
Atletico Madrid to Monaco. And Gareth Bale, Tottenham Hotspurs to Real Madrid.
You called them Hotspurs.
Sorry, what year was that? 2013.
It's not hard, James. It's literally going down in years.
It's just going down in years.
Literally going down in years, James.
I wasn't listening to my...
Come on, James. Get you ready for the game.
It's still just going down in years.
Still going down in years, James.
Question number 5. No surprises.
2012, really.
Yeah, I've written it down now. Yeah.
Oscar.
International
to Chelsea. Eden Hazard, Lille to Chelsea. Thiago Silva, AC Milan to PSG. Robin van Persie, Arsenal to Manchester United.
Tough one.
I thought I would
How many was
fare
it?
pretty well with these, but
20. It's 20 years
20?
worth.
Wow.
20. Oh, I'm
So-
definitely on the second page. I've been to.
Oh, James.
Question 6 is 2011. Andy Carroll, Newcastle to Liverpool. Fernando Torres, Liverpool to Chelsea. Sergio Aguero, Atletico Madrid to Manchester City. And the Shark is back, Ajax to Liverpool. Question 7 is 2010. David Silva, Valencia to Manchester City. Mario Balotelli, Inter Milan to Manchester City. David Villa, Valencia to Barcelona. Yaya Toure, Barcelona to Manchester City.
Oh,
Do you know what?
God.
I thought David Villa had gone there a lot earlier than that.
2011.
Yeah. 2010.
Yeah.
Question 8 is 2009. Manuel Adebayor, Arsenal to Manchester City. Zlatan
Zlatan!
Ibrahimovic.
Ibrahimovic, but everyone, including himself, just refers to himself as Zlatan.
Yeah.
On TalkSpot once, someone called him Zlatan Abramovich.
Kaka. Sorry, Inter Milan to Barcelona was for Zlatan. Kaka is AC Milan to Real Madrid, and Cristiano Ronaldo, Manchester United to Real Madrid. Question 9 is 2008. Dani Alvarez, Seville to Barcelona.
Ronaldinho.
Yep. Barcelona to AC Milan. Robinho.
Robinho.
Robinho. Real Madrid to Man City.
Anything that ends with Eno, you just have to put an extra I in it.
Eno.
Dimitar Berbatov, Tottenham Hotspur to Manchester United.
I've absolutely forgotten all the ones he said, but
We're starting to get into murky waters here because past a certain point, I can't remember who the record transfer was before that point.
Question 10 is 2007. Thierry Henry, Arsenal to Barcelona. Wesley
Schneider. You were going to struggle with that one.
To Real Madrid. Pepe, Porto to Real Madrid.
fucking hell, it's not Pepe.
Arjen Robben, Chelsea to Real Madrid.
Oh my God. Give us the four again. Joe Matip.
Thierry Henry, Wesley Sneijder.
Yeah.
Pepe, Arjen Robben.
Is it worth just, once you've done this one, if it's going to show this fourth goal?
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to see it.
Yeah. We'll pause when it starts.
Yeah.
I've forgotten the first guy again. Oh, no, I haven't.
Please don't tell me you've gone for Pepe.
I might have done.
Question 11,
Oh, I need a new
2006.
page. 11.
Andrei Shevchenko.
Shevchenko.
AC Milan to Chelsea. Michael Carrick, Tottenham Hotspur to Manchester United. John Obi Mikel, Manchester United to Chelsea. Mahamadou Diarra.
Did you say Mikel Manchester United to Chelsea?
Yep.
Lyon to Real Madrid.
Give us that one again.
The last option, Lyon to Real Madrid.
Mahamadou?
Mamadou Sakho.
No, Diarra.
Oh, Mamadou Diarra.
Yeah.
So I just put off by the fact that there was Mikel at Chelsea.
So John Obi Mikel signed a pre-contract
At Man
with
United.
Man United,
Right.
but then agreed terms with Chelsea or something like that outside of his deal. It was a right.
That absolutely blew my mind, that question. Well, that part of the question. So I didn't listen to any of the options. I'll just guess at one.
Hang on, I've already forgotten who the options were.
Well, I've just said that and said, I didn't think you'll want to say him again.
Andrei Shevchenko, AC Milan to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Michael Carrick, Tottenham Hotspur to Manchester United.
John
Obi Mikel.
You may
Manchester
remember him
United
from
to
such
Chelsea.
Middlesbrough games as Middlesbrough 2, Rotherham 1.
Mamadou
Diarra.
Lyon to Real Madrid.
Here it is, Andrew. The moment that changed.
He's just come on, Genie.
Genie Wijnaldum. The best part with the second goal is I'd forgotten that Alexander Arnold gives the ball away and then just absolutely fucking nails it to get it back. Keeping poor, but you know.
So at this point they need another goal, so he's like, I'm going to wrestle.
Do you remember that as well? That when Wijnaldum wrestled the ball out of Ter Stegen's hand, they had to check it to see if it was a potential red card.
Yes! Anyway, continue. We've just got a goal coming up in a little bit.
Question 12 is 2005. Sean Wright Phillips, Manchester City to Chelsea. Michael Owen, Real Madrid to Newcastle. Michael Essien?
Essien, yeah.
Lyon to Chelsea. Sergio Ramos, Sevilla to Real Madrid. Sevilla?
What's your centre, Andrew? Not a bad header. It's a great header.
Owen was loving that because I think he was saying he's had to hang and get the.
Well, he's probably
the
sort of like it's the fact that he's got up and he's got over the ball to.
Shaqiri's kind of floated it. He's not really. Like, I don't know.
Brewster, I didn't even notice that Brewster was in on the celebration.
Aww.
Fucking wank.
I love how Alexander I was like, no, I want it. Give it to me.
That is a great header. Should he start the final based on this performance? Do you reckon?
Yes.
Who would you drop?
One of Milner and Hendo. What?
Risky. Right, here we go, Andrew. Watch this.
I know this is not necessarily. We're watching the Alexander Arnold Genius.
So you need to watch, Andrew. You need to
he's won a free kick.
So keep paying attention.
New ball. Kicking the ball away.
Watch the camera. So camera. Oh no, the camera stayed with it this time. So there you go. There's the goal.
No one's watching. Except Divock.
Best thing about it, as soon as this goal,
world's best defender there.
Dejan Lovren.
Yeah, just in the background.
As soon as he scored,
with his substitute gear on.
As soon as he scored, apparently Suarez appealed for offside. The ball goes behind Nomed.
What's this?
The ball goes backwards. How can it be offside, you prick? So thinking, switches on immediately and passes it in.
I mean, that number 3 is blatantly playing him.
Absolutely fantastic test. Well, it can't be offside. The ball goes backwards.
Yeah, but I'm saying
is
he's not the furthest forward.
So it is a great finish as well. PK.
Yeah.
That number 3.
But Shakira wasn't that.
Oh dear, yeah, but you know what they say about her hips, they don't lie. Sorry Louise, poo. Anyway, right, carry on.
Question 13, 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Didier Drogba, Marcel to Chelsea. Ricardo Carvalho, Porto to Chelsea. Samuel Eto'o,
Yeah.
Eto'o, yeah.
Real Mallorca
to Barcelona.
Is that where he came from?
Wayne Rooney, Everton to Manchester United.
Ooh, no then.
Question 14, 2003. Juan Sebastian Veron, Manchester United to Chelsea. Ronaldinho, PSG to Barcelona. David Beckham, Manchester United to Real Madrid. Claude
Makelele.
Real Madrid to Chelsea.
Just give us those again.
Juan Sebastian Veron, Manchester United to Chelsea. Ronaldinho, PSG to Barcelona. David Beckham, Manchester United to Real Madrid. Claude Makelele, Real Madrid to Chelsea.
Divock, your hair is incredible.
Question 15 is 2002. Ronaldo, Inter Milan to Real Madrid. Rio Ferdinand, Leeds United to Manchester United. Alessandro Nesta, Lazio to AC Milan. Clarence Seedorf, Inter Milan to AC Milan.
I remember with Seedorf once upon a time when I was a kid, and it was reported that Seedorf, when he first went to Madrid, had a £77 million buyout clause. Imagine me as like a 1997, 1998 thinking, that's ridiculous that anyone will ever want to pay that kind of money for a footballer. This is at the time when maybe it's like the transfer record was like 15 million or something.
Question 16, 2001. Zinedine Zidane, Juventus to Real Madrid. Lilian Thuram.
That's amazing. Lilian Thuram.
Parma to Juventus.
I'm sorry.
These are getting really old now.
Pavel
Nedved.
Lazio to Juventus.
Patrick Swayze.
Ruud van Nistelrooy, PSV Eindhoven to Manchester United.
I think you mean Ruud von Mistelrooy from the old Pro Evo games.
I don't know if I told you before, Gaz had like a pack to put in the
to
real
give them
names.
the real names and the real teams.
But
what? Not man red and man blue.
as part of the pack, it got all the absolute perfect names. Except Van Nistelrooy had a horse head.
Rudy Van Horsehead.
Question 17.
That's incredible.
2000. Luis Figo, Barcelona to Real Madrid.
Excuse me.
Nicolas Anelka, Real Madrid to PSG. Hernan Crespo, Parma to Lazio. Mark Overmars, Arsenal to Barcelona. Question 18 is 1999. Nicolas Anelka, Arsenal to Real Madrid. Christian Vieri, Lazio to Inter Milan. Juan Sebastian Veron, Parma to Lazio. Mauricio Amoroso, Udinese to Parma.
Udinese.
Could you just quickly give me the first one in those options? I've forgotten who the first one was.
Nicolas
Anelka, yeah. Right, okay.
Question 19 is 1998. Thierry Henry, Monaco to Juventus. Patrick Kluivert, AC Milan to Barcelona. Christian Vieri, Atletico Madrid to Lazio.
Danielson.
Sao Paulo to Real Betis.
Oh, man. Oh, God, I don't like that one.
I had absolutely no idea Vieri ever played in Spain.
And your 20th and final question, 1997. Christian Vieri, Juventus to Atletico Madrid.
I tell you what, did he move 3 seasons in a row?
Juninho, Middlesbrough to Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, boy!
Sonny Anderson, Monaco to Barcelona. Ronaldo, Barcelona to Inter Milan.
The older those ones got, the less confident I became.
Well,
strangely, I morphed the other way, I think.
Score to beat, gentlemen, is 9 out of 20.
That's good.
That is good.
Because a lot of these
I'm
are...
not feeling particularly confident.
I would say... educated guesses
Some
at
of them
best.
are work-outable.
What? Do you know what? I think... Honestly, I'd be pretty sure on maybe... I'd be sure on maybe 3 of those, quite honestly. And it's not even the earliest ones. I was second guessing myself a lot, but we'll see where we go.
Question number 1.
At the time, he was the most expensive player in the world. He's since been overtaken by Neymar, but it was Pogba.
I've got Pogba.
Paul Pogba, Juventus to Manchester United, £89 million.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Question number 2.
I put Angel Di Maria.
I've also put Angel Di Maria.
Not silly, because you're wrong.
Who was
Kevin De Bruyne, Wolfsburg to Manchester City for £55 million.
Fucking, I thought United got back what they paid for him. Just about.
Question number 3.
Suarez.
The Shark himself. Liverpool to Barcelona for £75 million.
I've gone Rodriguez. Did he not move for
No, I think he
of
was
money?
like 50 or something. Like that.
Really?
Number 4.
Bale.
Gareth Bale, Tottenham Hotspur to Real Madrid, £86 million.
Was that a world record?
That was a record, is it?
Number 5.
Ooh, now I wasn't sure on this one. I've gone Thiago Silva.
I've absolutely guessed it. Thiago Silva as well.
AC Milan to PSG, £33 million. Question 6.
Torres, 50 million.
Yeah, Torres also.
Liverpool to Chelsea for £50 million.
I was pretty sure on that one. I've guessed on this one. It's ropey. Next, so I've gone Mario
Mario?
Balotelli.
Oh. Ooh. I went David Villa, 35 million.
£34 million.
Ooh,
Valencia to Barcelona.
Nerd.
Fucking nerd.
Question 8.
Cristiano.
Yeah.
World record.
Manchester United to Real Madrid, £80 million. Number 9.
I've gone Rubinho.
I also went Rubinho.
Real Madrid to Manchester City, £33 million.
Absolutely got turned up in Manchester and thought he was playing for Chelsea. True.
Well, there was that thing, wasn't there, that apparently Chelsea had started selling Rubinho shirts through the club website. It was a case of, I mean, that's backfired spectacularly. But
Question 10.
Terry Henry.
I went Robin.
You did right to go that way. Chelsea to Real Madrid, £25 million.
Well, hello. Is this The Damned United? I believe it might well be. Great film.
Question 11.
Oh, it could be I Believe in Miracles, actually.
Yeah.
Andrei Shevchenko.
I had no idea and I forgot. This was the Obi Mikel one that put me off on it. So I went Diarra.
Andrei Shevchenko, AC Milan to Chelsea,
30 million?
£31
Oh,
million.
31.
I didn't realise. I thought they'd got him cheap towards the end of the contract. I didn't realise they paid a lot more.
Oh, no.
Question 12.
I think I've been suckered here, but I've gone Ramos.
I'm now thinking it could be him because I've put Essien.
Essien, Lions, Chelsea,
30,
25 million.
25, okay.
I thought I'd been suckered into Ramos, to be honest.
Question number 13.
Don't know where this has come from.
Rooney, 27.
Second most overrated football player in the world. Everton to Manchester City, 27 million.
Oh my God, how are you? I thought there was a lot of money in that one.
Question 14.
Bex.
The single most overrated football player in the
I
world.
think it was good, man.
David Beckham.
I went
Manchester
20,
United
25
to Real Madrid,
million?
25
I went
million
Ronaldinho. I
pounds.
thought he moved for a lot of money. Because he only had like one season at PSG, didn't he?
Question
Right, for a
15.
couple of seasons. Nesta.
I've gone Nesta as well.
Oh, well, out of the three of us in this room, two people got it wrong, and one person got it right.
Who was it?
apparently. Rio Ferdinand.
He was. I thought Nesta was more than 30 million.
Leeds United to Manchester United, 30 million.
Yeah.
Question 16.
In fairness, at the time, it was a world record for a defender, so that does rule out Nesta.
Zizou.
I've gone Rude.
Zizou.
Zinedine Zidane, Juventus
At
to
the time,
Real Madrid,
World
46
record transfer million.
million pounds.
I think it is. I believe in miracles, you know.
Question
You
17.
should watch this if you've not seen it. It's good. It's about Forest.
Yeah, no.
All right, mate. Calm down, you big cock. Have we been in that stand?
No, that was behind the goal, wasn't
No.
it?
Don't be silly. You silly cunt.
Is that the world's most famous diving header?
No. Keith Houchin.
I thought you were going to say Brookin. I've gone Figo for the next one.
I did go Figo. Crossed out Button and Crespo.
That was silly, wasn't it?
I thought Figo was a world record.
Figo, Barcelona to Real Madrid, 37 million.
I don't know if it's a case of Crespo went earlier in the season, and then Figo went after that, and they were both.
Because it was a world record, and also obviously
Bastard.
no one goes from Barca to Real Madrid. At the time.
At the time.
Question 18. Christian.
Vieri.
I've gone Vieri, so it was an option out of the last three.
Lazio to Inter Milan, 28 million.
You've smashed me on this, Paul.
Question 19.
I've got it just because it was at the end and I know it was a record at some point.
No,
Danielson.
I think it is Danielson. I've gone for it as well.
Nelson, Sao Paulo
15
to
million?
Real Betis, 22 million.
22.
It was a world record at the time. I'm pretty sure.
And your final one, 20.
I think it's Ronaldo.
I've also put Ronaldo, but 21 million maybe.
Ronaldo, Barcelona to Inter Milan at 20 million pounds.
Ooh, close.
9 out of 10 to beat. 9 out of 20 to beat.
It's weird when you're thinking that like they were like world record fees.
Well, bear in mind, up until look at that. When Clough took over, Forest were in the same division as York, and York were only 4 places below them. That is disgraceful.
Did anybody beat 9 out of 20?
I might have done.
I've got 11.
I got 60.
Picked the wrong quiz there, didn't you?
Just chalk up another one. 15 to 5
Save
in the
yourself
overall
the last
standings.
4.
Clough, I've had enough. Stop.
Yeah.
Are you going to stop it, Brian? No, I'm going to fight him. Oh, there he is. Mike O'Neill. Thank you, Andrew.
There's a lot of talk about how like he's known as like he was the right winger in that team.
Yeah.
But because Robertson was on the left wing and was infinitely more skilled, that everything just went through the left wing and they never ever played down the right at all.
No.
There you go. Anything left for this week?
I believe we've covered everything, Andrew. Well done to Spurs. Well done to Liverpool. We'll see you in Madrid on the 1st of June. All the best to Arsenal and Chelsea tomorrow night. Let's get the English clubs to absolutely dominate Europe. And then some sort of rule will inevitably come in where,
Because of Brexit, they can't
have it, can't win them all. Can't be winning all the competitions, you bastards.
Very well.
There he is, old Viv.
Thank
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, once and all. Goodbye.
It'll be goodbye if I can get out of this fucking job.
Look how young Martin O'Neill looks.
Thank you, bye.
So there you go. What did you think of that? It was a hard task bringing it to you, but worth it in the end. Well done to Spurs. Well done to Liverpool. Shame for Forest and Borough, but them's the breaks, I guess. YouTube watchers, turn yourselves into YouTube subscribers, get yourself on the notifications and all that good stuff. Everybody jump over to the cookiecast.com. Check out the social media feed and email functions. Maybe give those a little go. So a few of these podcasts left, and then there'll be a slight change in the Cookiecast scheduling. Stay tuned for that. But until next time, I'm going to say bye.